Hey everybody, Conscious Medium Brandon Ross, and we're here to talk about the June report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and get ready for the back end of this channel, having all sorts of fun such as meditations, classes, and more. So I hope you like and subscribe and carry along here. And we do something a little bit different here. As being more than a medium, I love to actually combine astrology as well as the tarot. So we're going to take a look at each one of the signs here. Hope you follow along here on the journey. And as we take a look at June 2022, we've got some really cool stuff coming up. Hey everybody, welcome back, and let's talk a little bit about the astrology report for June 2022. We have Mercury going direct on the 3rd, only to be trifled with Saturn going in retrograde on the 4th. Now, when you have this type of handoff, you're talking about communication, and then you're talking about stability and structure. Saturn always talks about being the stability of society and motherhood and all of that other good stuff, where you have Mercury kind of coming correct and going, okay, well, we've done our planning and here you go. This has been a great time for those of you that are doing a shakeup at home. This is a great time for you that are doing a shakeup with your professional or business life. This is a good time for you to really kind of grow and expand. So what a great time. We, of course, have the full moon in Sagittarius this month. That happens on the 14th. We're going to talk about how this is going to affect the fire signs as opposed to, say, the earth signs, and how we're going to really kind of get through this early kind of summer Gemini into Cancerian time here. And it's really kind of interesting. So very cool. So let's get started. Let's not, much ado about nothing here. Hey everybody, Conscious Medium Brandon Ross, and we are coming back here with Scorpio season. Hi everybody, how are we? Listen, before we get started, I want you to go ahead and click on the link below for the art and the science of tarot. If you've taken other tarot classes, you're going to see some things before, but you're going to go in a different direction as we begin to bring in your intuition and help you understand how the cards tell the story. I can't wait to see you guys there. So listen, we're going to dive right in. Of course, we're going to be talking about the mind, body, and the spirit of Scorpio during June 2022. Thank you so much. We use the Rider-Waite deck. We use the Gilded Tarot deck, and we also use the Language of Light deck. I'm going to give this one more shuffle because I have confidence problems. What? None of that makes sense, Brandon. None of it. Absolutely nothing. So listen, let's just start right out of the gate here. Wow. In the mind. Little anxiety. Listen, you guys are just coming off of your eclipse. The Scorpio eclipse, the full moon in Scorpio. Of course you're going to be a little bit brouhaha. And by the way, later on in the month when Venus enters Gemini, you're going to feel a little unsettled, but it's going to prove gentle energy. You've just got to hang on a little bit more. And one of the other dynamics, you've got the new moon in Cancer right at the tail end of the month. So if you can hang on for like the mid part here, when the moon goes into Sagittarius, not necessarily your best friend. I understand that. Everybody take a deep breath. It's all good. We're all friends here on the astrological wheel. But in the scheme of things, you're in a little bit of a tumultuous time. You might be mistrusting some things, and that's where the anxiety is. But listen, these are old habits. Mentally, these are things that you've kind of gone through before. So the mind part of this is kind of what your thought patterns are. So you're beginning to learn that, like, when you have anxious, you've built up some tools in order for you to get there. Now let's take a look at the body part of it. And the body includes not only the physical body, but also the mental body. It's a little bit different from the mind. The mind is actually about the process. This is actually your mental well-being. You're actually quite stable here. The Knight, and then you've got these new ideas. So you've got 2 6 covers right away. This is about new beginnings. You're making changes here, Scorpio. That's what's going on. Season of change. Season of change. You're getting ready for some things. You're coming out of this. You saw some stuff that you weren't really sure of. And listen, Scorpio, why not we go here in the spiritual side of it? Your intuition is running hot, baby. You're running hot. The moon comes out here, making sure we have a good base and a foundation, and then the Knight of Swords. You got a new way of thinking here. You're going to be thinking about this in a new way. You're going to be taking charge. This is about your spiritual journey. This is about you going on that field trip. This is about you going exploring. This is about you going out there and finding the things that you want to for your own journey. I think that's really cool. I think that is phenomenal. Oh, I feel good for you here, Scorpio. I was a little worried when the Nine of Swords came out. But, you know, anxiety is nothing new for you. You've got this high intuition. You've got this high emotional intuition. And then you shut it down. You don't talk about anything, do you, Scorpio? You just keep it to yourself. And then you say, well, isn't that nice? Or you sit back and you're like, revenge is best served cold. Maybe if you shared a little bit, Scorpio. Maybe if you shared your feelings, your thought process, and opened yourself up. Let's get on top of this here. Oh, this is just kind of, it's a Wheel of Fortune. Listen, when you came into this life, you astrologically said, I want to be a Scorpio. You just did. Listen, you can disagree with me if you want, but you can't find any concrete evidence against it. Am I right or am I right? But here comes the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us you're built in a very specific way. Embrace that anxiety. And by the way, this goes back, you are built because there's purpose. There is recognized purpose in whatever that anxiety is. And by the way, you have the tools. You have all the tools to change this. All the tools. I love you, Scorpio. Now let's talk about your feminine divine here. You've got good mix of masculine and feminine divine here with the physical body. Maybe this is a new person. Maybe this is you being connected with somebody. Maybe it's you finding the balance. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, so you've kind of got a new masculine action going on, and then you go back to the old ways with this, right? It's kind of cool. Oh gosh, then the Queen of Pentacles. Oh. If you're a Scorpio woman and you're seeing this, you are large and in charge here, my friend. You are to be worshipped. Just to let you know. That combination there between the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, that's a power combo. Why wouldn't it be? That's just brilliant. Wow. So physically, you're probably feeling pretty good. You're liking the change of weather. You know, maybe the pollen count's up a little bit, but you figure it out. You figure it out, right? All right, so let's take a look at the spiritual side of it. Oh, we've got the Nine of Wands. Before we get upset about this, recognize the power of the Nine of Wands. You need some fiery energy into this. You know, you've got the major arcana, you've got the minor arcana with the swords, and then you've got the wands here. There is a really cool interpretation here that I'm about to give to you with this other card. Wow, this is like the third group. This is the third sign that's actually gotten the Hermit card in the spiritual side of it. So this is about your spiritual growth. The Nine of Wands allows you to recognize that you've kind of been there and you're done with the fight. You're done with the battle. The battle's over. The battle is won. The Hermit card is taking on the personal responsibility of your own personal growth. So maybe this Nine of Wands is really kind of biting you in the butt to say, you know, you knew better. I should have listened to my gut. I should have paid attention to it. Right? And now your intuition, your light is not extinguished. You've got to carry it on. That's you just learning. It's pretty awesome. Center square here, Two of Cups. Wow, a lot of Two of Cups. I've been shuffling, guys. I even spilled them on the floor for crying out loud. And then you get the very highly intuitive card, the Eight of Swords. By the way, it kind of looks like something out of a Sandra Bullock movie. But what it really is you being able to trust it. Listen, everything's going to go all around you. You're going to have moments and you're going to have dynamics. And you're going to be in positions where you're going to be like, whew, you know, I got to get there. But listen, here we go. How about a little tower action? Quick, sudden change. Scorpio, I don't make the rules. I just got to play by them, right? Before you roll your eyes and you're like, oh my gosh, not a tower moment. Maybe this is something good. Maybe this is about you breaking a routine, but I got to tell you, there's a lot of conflict here. Maybe this is a breakup. Maybe that Scorpio moon action with the eclipse, with the partial solar before them, you have got to start to recognize that maybe you got to change this up and your self-love is more important than what you give yourself away to. You got to trust your intuition here. You have got a boatload of intuition. You are on intuition overload. You may physically be nervous. You may physically be like, you've got to have confidence in what your body Scorpio is, right? Because mentally they're playing games with you. And your foundation isn't quite the way you need it to be. So guess what? You're ready to blow it up. You thought that was your soulmate. Maybe if you talked a little more, Scorpio. Maybe if you worked on those people skills. Just going to let you know that. All right, Scorpio, listen. Love you to death because I'm going to come in here with the soul cards here. Going to give it one more shuffle. Not because my confidence isn't there, but so then your confidence is there. So then you go, okay, Brandon. All right, you do shuffle them. Kidding. All right, here we go. Now let's talk about the mind. Oh, based on everything I've said, now we've got the soul mating card. Soul mating. Now what this tells me in the mind part of it is that, again, you're learning your lessons and you're really trying to get yourself to be that perfect person. You were made for your path, Scorpio. You were made for your path. So here on the physical side of it, you're going to ask your soul. You're really going to get in contact with kind of who you are and what you're about. And then here on the spiritual side of it, yeah, this is remembrance. You're going back to some of the old ways and you're really recognizing how you were built. By the way, it's an 11. Thank you very much. Remembrance, I really like that, 1111. And by the way, you can click on the link below to get to my Sedona retreat. We'll be out in Sedona on 11/11. Where are you? Come on, Scorpio. So we've got remembrance. And then let's cap this whole thing off. Oh, yeah. Can I get an amen? In the center square, over everything is the whispers. Why do the whispers come up in the center square here? Right? Why do they come up? First of all, we've got this beautiful shining Merkaba right here in the center. Let me give you my interpretation of things here. So you've got the Two of Cups. You have the Eight of Swords. You get slapped with the Tower and then with the conflict and the whispers. It's almost like you've always known all along that it wasn't going to work. A work situation, a love life situation, that friendship that you're like, oh my gosh, we're like besties. Oh my gosh, like if we met when we were 12, I totally would have been in your wedding. That sort of thing. Because pay attention, you got the Six of Swords in the mind part of it, and then you got the Six of Cups in the body part of it. So you've got to really kind of guard yourself. This is you coming into your own and saying, this is what I need. Maybe it's an awakening for you. Scorpio, maybe it's you kind of externalizing this now. And then, of course, you've got on the spiritual path of it, you're just tired. You're using your intuition and you're realizing, like, okay, maybe I should have paid attention. Scorpio, June's a rough month. But I think June is a rough month more so because of the activity that went on with the eclipses in the previous month. Right now, you're just getting, that mushroom cloud fallout from the realizations that you had to make some changes. Scorpio, it's going to get better. I know it's going to. Stay with me. Like and subscribe. Take the class over there. But make sure you just don't give up. Got it, Scorpio? Listen, I'm going to give you a really good heart tap here. Tell you that we care and love for one another and remind you to just keep going. All right, Scorpio? You're going to get through it. See you soon.